Event participants say Ocean City is the heart of H2OI and nothing can put the brakes on them visiting this resort town.
This is the place where it all began. This is where it all started, and we just wanted to keep the routes going. You know, there's no reason to change it.
We kept the tradition alive, and we just came down here.
Ocean City's police department says officers made more than 70 arrests during this year's unsanctioned event. You can see cars speeding along Coastal Highway, leaving skid marks on the streets, and other drivers burning rubber. Ocean City police brought out different agencies for the unsanctioned event, but participants say that doesn't stop them.
You know, just seeing 1,000 cars go down the road, everyone's getting hyped up, do a burnout. Of course you got to do a burnout.
But neighbors say all of that noise and disruption is a headache.
And it's on purpose, you know. And drag racing and all of that, you know, that's unnecessary.
A noisy week many neighbors happy to see come to an end. In Worcester County, Caroline Coles, WBOC News, Ocean City.
Officers say despite the overall behavior, no serious crimes occurred from the unsanctioned event. To Delaware now, where 2 teenagers were arrested after reportedly shooting at houses in Harrington. Harrington police say on Saturday, officers responded to the 200 block of Delaware Avenue where they heard gunshots. Police found a 14-year-old and a 17-year-old hiding in a hedgerow with a 20-gauge shotgun and 3 boxes of ammo. According to Harrington police, the teenagers fired close to 30 rounds towards houses on Delaware Avenue, even striking a woman with pellets, though she was unhurt. Police say the gun they found with the teenagers was stolen approximately 2 months ago from a nearby home. The teenagers are facing a litany of charges there in Harrington. Police in Salisbury are asking college students to be on the lookout after a suspicious incident this weekend. According to SU's chief of police, around 1:30 a.m., a female student was approached by 2 men she believed to be in their late teens to early 20s. Police say the men urged the woman to get into their dark-colored sedan. According to SU police, a male student saw what was going on and went to help the woman, but the men threw a bottle at him before driving away. The male student required medical treatment due to that assault, and anyone with information on the incident is asked to call police in Salisbury. Also in Maryland, a man is dead after a fire late Friday night in Easton. This picture is from the Maryland State Fire Marshal's office. The fire marshal says 39 firefighters responded to Brett Road in Easton around 11 p.m. and found this house in flames. The man was found dead in a second-level bedroom, and investigators believe that is where the fire started. However, the cause of the fire is still unknown. An 85-year-old woman identified as the victim's mother was hurt in the blaze. The weekend fire is estimated to have caused roughly $300,000 in damage. It felt like summer on Delmarva today, and we may even get some good beach weather this week. Meteorologist Alex Seymour is in the Storm Tracker Weather Center. Alex, above average temperatures?
Yes, we'll continue with those above average temps throughout this upcoming work week. We should be in the low to mid 70s this time of year. We'll be in the 80s throughout the work week. Afternoon highs today were in the mid 70s to right around 80 degrees. It was 80 degrees in Salisbury and Georgetown this afternoon. Our temps have come down into the low to mid 60s this evening, and they'll continue to fall a few more degrees into the upper 50s to the low 60s overnight tonight with those mainly clear skies. But then tomorrow, more sunshine, temps warm right back up into the low 80s.
Making headlines tonight around our region, 3 men are dead after a car exploded overnight in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Authorities are classifying the explosion as criminal. The FBI and ATF are assisting local police with the investigation, and on Sunday, authorities called it an isolated incident and said the suspect was likely dead. There is no word on a motive yet. Hundreds of survivors from last year's Las Vegas shooting reunited this weekend, and Monday marks 1 year since the massacre. Concert goers, first responders, and families of the 58 victims attended a private concert in Las Vegas. Guests listened to music and took pictures in front of a remembrance wall, and organizers hoped the event brought some peace to survivors and their families.
I won't lie, when we were on stage, it was really cool to kind of look out here and see all of the orange towels and everybody having a good time and enjoying themselves and smiling, but also shedding a few tears for those that we were able to remember in the tributes.
Las Vegas will commemorate October 1st with a series of events, among them a 5K run, a blood drive, a silent auction, a candlelight vigil, and a sunrise service that will include 58 seconds of silence, one for each of the dead. Washington is in wait-and-see mode as federal investigators probe the background of Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh. They're looking into the sexual assault claims that prompted last week's Senate hearing. Fox News correspondent Kevin Cork reports.
The White House isn't intervening. We're not micromanaging this process.
The Trump administration will let the FBI's probe into Judge Brett Kavanaugh run its course. White House Press Secretary Sarah Sanders says they'll absolutely allow the Senate to dictate the terms of the investigation, but she adds, despite having respect for the process and for Dr. Christine Blasey Ford, she takes issue with Senate Democrats' handling of the sexual misconduct allegations.
For the people that claim to champion women, Democrats have exploited Dr. Ford. They've exploited this process.
The FBI now has less than a week to look into the decades-old claims. It's the result of Thursday's emotional, fiery testimony. A sham hearing and an insult to Kavanaugh, exclaimed Republican Senator Lindsey Graham.
This is the most unethical sham since I've been in politics.
Judiciary Committee Democrats believe Republicans should seize the chance to prove they see women as equals.
You don't respect her if you don't try to figure out what actually happened.
Senator Mazie Hirono says at its core, the investigation is a standard part of any Supreme Court vetting process, regardless of the controversy surrounding this particular nominee.
What we need to focus on is our ability as senators to do our advice and consent job to determine whether Judge Kavanaugh is credible.
Kavanaugh had previously undergone 6 comprehensive FBI investigations. Meantime, administration officials insist this investigation, while it can go on, should be limited in scope and not a fishing expedition. At the White House, I'm Kevin Cork, Fox News.
Still to come on WBOC News at 10 on Fox 21, a celebrity name change. And Kevin Spacey facing a lawsuit. What for? In your entertainment news next. WBOC News at 10 on Fox 21 continues in just minutes.
Your classic hit station. Listen to 107.1 The Duck.
In entertainment news tonight, after multiple sexual misconduct allegations, actor Kevin Spacey is facing a sexual assault lawsuit. A masseur in California says Spacey attacked him 2 years ago in a Malibu home during a private massage. The suit seeks unspecified monetary damages. Representatives for Spacey did not immediately respond to a request for comment by Fox News. Since 2017, dozens of men have come forward with allegations against the former House of Cards actor. Spacey has been dropped from multiple roles in television and film. Kanye West has announced a name change. The rapper will now be referred to as Ye. The 41-year-old announced his name change in a tweet Saturday. Ye has been the artist's longtime nickname and is the title of his 8th album. Well, moviegoers went for comedy and a few frights at theaters this weekend. Here's David Daniel with the weekend top 5.
The Nun took 5th place with $5.4 million. The horror film has made $109 million at the domestic box office. A Simple Favor made $6.6 million to settle in at 4th place. After one weekend on top, The House with a Clock in its Walls fell to 3rd place with $12.5 million.
I saw it. A mythical creature I had only heard existed in legend.
The animated adventure Smallfoot started out in 2nd place, opening with ticket sales of $23 million.
I wasn't prepared. If you're not going to do the work, drop the class.
Class is in session. The comedy Night School debuted in the top spot, earning $28 million, slightly lower than expected. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
Well, it was a summer-like weekend on Delmarva. Taking a live look into Dover from our Bay Health Kent campus camera. Coming up, Alex tells us how long the heat will stick around. WBOC News at 10 on Fox 21 continues after this. All right, take a look at this. Swirling winds, torrential rain, and flash floods are all effects from a rare type of tropical storm known as a metacane, which hit Greece Saturday and Sunday. Firefighters received dozens of calls for help to remove downed trees and rescue people trapped in cars and homes. And right there you can see ships being held at the country's main ports. The storm caused heavy traffic disruptions as roads became flooded in many areas, and winds topped 56 miles per hour in some places. Now, luckily, there's no word on any injuries, but local police are looking for 3 missing people on one of the country's islands. That's interesting. So what exactly type of tropical storm is that, and why is that so different?
It's just different just due to the location.
Oh,
It's in
okay.
the Mediterranean Sea, so it's impacting places like Italy and Greece.
Right, and we obviously don't have to worry about any sort of storm this week because you're saying we have great news.
Yes, it's going to be great news. A lot of sunshine, temps in the 80s. It will actually feel like summertime this week with temps in the 80s each day, which is about 10 to 15 degrees above where they should be this time of year. And it's all due to the fact that this area of high pressure sitting over our region this evening will slide off our coastline, switch our winds to more out of the southwest, and it will allow the heat and then the humidity later this week to build back into the region. It will also allow us to stay dry for the most part, maybe a few stray storms Tuesday, but this evening, storm tracker radar is clear. It's just a beautiful night out there on our Spicer Brothers construction camera at Salisbury University. Just clear skies, temps right around 64 degrees with those calm winds. Those temps will just continue to fall through the overnight hours. Temps across the region, a bit warmer at the beaches, right around 70 degrees in Rehoboth Beach. Head down towards Tangier Island out in the Chesapeake, 72. That's all due to the fact that the water temperatures are well above average around Delmarva, still in the 70s. And then inland locations further away from the water are a bit cooler, so 59 degrees in Woodside this evening. And the winds, they've gone calm. That will help those temps to continue to fall into the 50s to low 60s across the region. So the heat will begin to build in. That's the main story this week. This high pressure moves off the coastline. Our winds switch around to more out of the southwest. Tomorrow, we'll stay with those mostly clear skies. By Tuesday, though, we do begin to see some clouds build in, maybe a stray storm, but most of us will stay dry. It's just a few extra clouds, and then that could linger into Wednesday morning. By Wednesday afternoon, we're back with those partly cloudy skies. Not much in the way of precipitation. Most of us will stay dry through the entire work week coming up, just the heat and humidity. Tonight, though, one more nice night with those temps in the upper 50s to low 60s with those mainly clear skies. Winds, take a look at that south 5 to 10 miles per hour. Those southerly winds will really begin to push that warmer air back into the region. And then tomorrow, another beautiful day, mainly sunny. Temps at the beach, 77 in Dewey Beach. As you head up towards Dover, 78. Seaford, 80 to 82 degrees, likely 79 to 81 there in Laurel. And then further west, we're also just looking at that same story. Temps in the upper 70s to low 80s. So 80 to 82 in Easton, 80 to 82 there in Cambridge. And then even further south in Accomack County, Worcester County, we're also looking at the same story. So 76 as you head over towards Chincoteague. Then even down into Melfa, 77 degrees tomorrow. And then that's the coolest day of this upcoming work week. We'll stay with that sunshine. By Tuesday, we're up to 83 degrees. Winds southwest 6 to 12 with just a stray afternoon storm that lingers into Wednesday morning. But Wednesday, still looking at those partly cloudy skies, temps 85. But our normal for this time of year is right here, 74 degrees. We should be 74 for an afternoon high. We'll be 85 on Wednesday. Then as we head towards Thursday, 87 degrees in the morning lows. We should be in the upper 40s to low 50s. They'll be in the upper 60s, and then that continues into next weekend.
Alex, thank you. Well, if you want to see the peninsula from the best seat in the house, join us for Delmarva, Beauty from Above, past, present, and future. Join Chopper 16, Skycam 16, and Captain Willie Dykes as they take a look at Delmarva through the years. Flight takes off Wednesday, October 3rd at 7:30, commercial-free on WBOC. Still to come, could the USA catch up to Europe in Day 3 of the Ryder Cup? And could the Eagles snag a win on the road against the Titans? Jose Cuevas has your top sports stories. Stay with us.